Happy Easter! So I didn't really want to do this at first, but then Gigi tagged me. And I was like, I guess I'll do it. So I'm here! And the hashtag for this is Christ over COVID. And I don't really know if there's something specific I should be talking about. But I guess I'll just talk about what Christ or who Christ means to me. I guess for all of you guys watching, whoever you are, a lot of my friends don't go to church. So like my KP friends, my like school friends. And I guess I never really explained too like what Christ means to me. Like you probably know me as like, oh yeah, she goes to church, like she reads the Bible, she prays. But the meaning of it, I don't think I ever explained it. So I was like, oh, perfect opportunity to talk about how I came to Christ. So for me, it started when I was in university. This was back when I was starting to get curious, and I guess I wanted to know what perfect love is. And that was because I realized for myself at that time how hard it was to really love someone perfectly, because I think it's in me and a lot of us. Like there's some people that have amazing capacities to like love a lot, but I know for me, like I struggle with that, because I tend to, only love people that show love back to me, or maybe I'm doing it like out of wanting to be a good person. So then when it actually got hard to like show love to someone that disappointed me, that was the time when I was starting to question like, what is love? What is forgiveness? And it just so happened that at that time too, someone really kind of explored the Bible with me and taught me the Bible. And before that, like I was just like, oh, whatever, like the Bible is just like, this book of history, a religious book where like, oh, I can just open it and like get a good verse from it if I really wanted like advice. But when she explained it to me, it really kind of came alive to me. And I was amazed by how human nature right now that we see in the world is consistent throughout the Bible. Taking it as like a book of history, all the way from the beginning of creation, all the way to like throughout history. I saw human nature and the imperfection of human nature reflected so clearly in history. And I think it just showed me that, yeah, like even back thousands of years ago, humans struggled with the same things we are struggling with today. And what could really save us wasn't going to be our own strength. It wasn't going to be how much we want to be a good person, which is why we try to show love, because that will always fail. That was when I realized that surely perfect love comes from my God who created me and who created you, because that God would be the definition of perfect, more so than any kind of love that I can master. And I think once I realized that, and like started reading the Bible more and realized, oh my gosh, the ultimate act of love comes from God giving us his son to die on the cross. And it just so happens that today is Easter. But that act is truly the strongest act of love that anyone can ever show you. And that really transformed the way I viewed my life, the way I viewed my purpose, the way I value other people, the way I value myself. And I guess that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it today, because I really, really, really want everyone to be able to experience that joy and that hope that comes from knowing that love. For me, it was life-changing, and I just wished everyone could have a chance to experience that love for themselves too. Because I know it all sounds very abstract for me to say like, oh, I have a personal relationship with God, but I also know that it's because everyone is so special, and for you, your relationship with God is going to be so different from the way I have my relationship with God, because He created us so unique in every form and way. So I guess when it comes to the actual hashtag Christ over COVID, COVID, I've been a lucky person enough to not be affected by it, in the sense that, yeah, my work was disrupted, but I'm not in the front lines, like actually dealing with the virus. I don't necessarily know anyone who has COVID, and I'm very thankful for that. But at the same time, I know it's a scary time, because suddenly it's like our normal life gets shaken, and suddenly we're talking about life and death, and that's scary. Death in itself is scary, but I think for me this time was a reminder for me to put my hope in something that is so much greater than this virus, something that is stronger than this virus, which is God's love for you and for me. And I know that there is hope, because there is hope that we will eventually join our God in heaven when Jesus next comes down. And so I would like to kind of use this video as an invite. I guess if you're ever questioning on how were you created, or when did this earth begin, or what is love, and why are we the way we are, things like that, I would recommend checking out the Bible, because it's actually not as boring as I thought it was, and there's so much good stuff in there. So yeah, that's it. I don't really know what else I'm gonna say, but wash your hands, stay safe, stay healthy, and show love. Okay, bye.